Product designer Dieter Rams has inspired the work of Tom Dixon, Philippe Stark and Jonathan Ives. Our very own Tom Dijkhoff travelled to Frankfurt to find out why.
Our lives are dominated by objects, disposable, practical, aspirational, all designed for a specific purpose. But the design icons of today have at their heart the principles of one revolutionary designer. You might not know his name, but you can be sure that his work will look very familiar. Dieter Rams designed products for Braun for 40 years, and his rigorous approach of less but better paved the way for the designers of today. When Dieter Rams first joined Braun, they were a small electronics company making radios and shavers. Within 1 year, he had revolutionized their products, and his epoch-defining 10 principles of good design were already taking shape. What is the Dieter Rams idea about what makes a good design?
It is when it is believable. Glaubhaft in Deutsch, yeah. And it should be not lying. And I was always saying, you can tell the companies who are taking design really honest on your 10 fingers. And no change today. It's still only few companies. Apple is one. A lot of junk between.
Rams' principle of honesty in design means a product doing exactly what it says on the tin, something that's been embraced by Apple Mac. Jonathan Ive, Apple's head designer, is one of Rams' most ardent admirers, and even used the classic Braun calculator as the template for the iPhone app.
One of the first time we had push buttons which are electronic push buttons. I hate all the word ending with isms. Functionalism. It's terrible. Nationalism is terrible. A lot of words ending ism. But functionality, it's important.
And it looks so similar if you compare it, say, to today to an Apple iPhone.
Yeah.
They've taken your design. They've stolen your design.
No, no, it's a compliment.
Okay. It's hard to underestimate the impact of Rams' principles on the objects we use today. It's the neatest workshop I've ever seen. Yeah. Before Rams joined Braun, audio equipment was hidden away in wooden cabinets, disguised as furniture. Rams brought record players out of the closet. In 1956, he designed the SK4, nicknamed Snow White's Coffin, which had a revolutionary transparent cover, revealing its purpose for the very first time. This takes you back a long time.
I came with the idea to use a new material, at this time only known for some exhibition things made for show windows. It was a relatively new material, and you could form it by heated. We had no idea that it should become normal for every record player until today. No idea. I had a lot of things, but I'm not a collector.
Rams' designs stretched beyond the world of consumer electronics. In 1960, he designed the revered 606 shelving system for Vitsu, which has been in continuous production ever since. Its modular system allowed for endless variations and could be expanded to fit anywhere. I even have a 606 at home.
The story starts that I become more and more books, so I add something in this direction. And later on, I add this row.
And the idea of it to be a piece of furniture that you keep through your whole life, instead of just going to IKEA and buying something that you'll throw away 5 years later.
You should design furniture not only for 2 or 1 or 3 years. You should design that for your whole life.
The atelier system expanded on this innovation. The first hi-fi to offer its components in modular form, it allowed you to create bespoke systems to fit your home.
And so, when was this designed?
In '62. And the first one divided in components, which you also could arrange horizontal or mounted on a wall.
And what was the thinking behind making it modular, breaking it up into...
First, to make it modular was one, people could buy only components what they want.
Right.
Maybe they don't want a tape recorder, they only want an amplifier or the tuner.
And the mesh, I love the mesh.
And the mesh.
Was that difficult to...
Of course. The technicians was very proud that they had the solution, because it's a better loudspeaker quality comes out. Before it was covered with some carpet, a kind of carpet, you know, very. So the tone quality was dump.
Mm.
The waves are too many in the
too much interference.
Yeah, so there is too many interference.
More chaos.
Yeah. More chaos.
More chaos.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Rams applied his 10 principles of good design to every one of his designs for Braun. By 1995, when Rams retired from the company, millions of homes worldwide contained a little piece of his design ideal.
I can't believe it. I had one of these and I never knew it was yours.
Yeah. And the toothbrushes for Oral-B.
All your work. If you look into the future, where do you see product design going?
The main thing are the people, not the things which people use. We have to look more on our natural resources, more deeply on our resources, and should more think what we use, how we use things, and how many things we use. That's important in the future.
Wise words from a very wise man. Despite living in a world of throwaway consumer excess, Dieter Rams' ideals live on in all the best examples of product design. If we make things functional and beautiful, they'll be treasured forever.